So I have introduced you to electrochemical machining. Now we'll do mathematical modeling. What is the material removal rate of the electrochemical machining process? So let's start with it. Amount of electrochemical change is equal to removed or dissolved material, which I'm going to say as M. So electrochemical change means the mass transfer which is happening. So mass is directly proportional to I into T. So I is the current, T is the time. So current into time is the total charge in coulombs, and it is also M is also dependent on a gram equivalent weight of material epsilon. So when I going to combine, M is equal to IT epsilon by F, where F is the farad of charge, that is 96,500 coulomb per mole, or to be more precise, it would be around 96,458 approximately. So we can take 96,500 directly. So M dot will be I epsilon by F. So I have just divided it by T. So I get mass flow rate or material removal rate. And epsilon is A by Z. So A is the atomic weight and Z is the valency of the dissolution. So since it is atomic weight and the valency of that material, so it is a material property, and F is the constant. So it is only dependent on I majorly. So I have replaced that epsilon, that is gram equivalent weight of material, by A by Z, and Q, that is MRR, will be IA rho ZF. So I have converted M dot, that is the mass flow rate, to volume flow rate, that is the material removal rate Q. So that's the just divided by density. So we get the volume flow rate. That is that this formula comes only for pure metal. We have not taken any combination of metal or alloys into picture. So now we'll take the alloys. So let's say in an alloy we have x1 percentage of element 1 and x2 percentage of element 2. And generally we'll ignore the carbon because its dissolution is not going to happen. So we'll ignore that. IT was the charge, M was equal to rho V. So combining this rho V into the fraction is equal to the total Qi Ai by Zi into F. So this is charge, atomic weight, the valency of dissolution and farad, and this was total mass into the fraction of mass. So for each one type of element, I am taking the right hand side for that each element, and my Qi, that is the charge required for that one element, is given by this formula, right? So my total charge will be the summation of those individual charges. So for total charge, I can take rho V into F upon 1000. So V is the volume over here upon 100. And in bracket, the summation of all Xi, Zi by Ai. So all values of I are the number of components in my alloy. So I can have an alloy in which there are 10 elements present. So I need to do the summation for 10. For Zi, we generally take the first valency of dissolution. What does that mean is, if I'm given with iron and iron is going to get dissolved, iron can be Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. So first valency will be generally, that means that we generally take Fe2 plus for dissolution. And total charge Q, total volume removed Q in alloy, or volume per charge. So this is volume total or volume per charge. Charge means in coulomb is this. So volume per charge. So I have just divided V. So I have just made a change in this. So V by Q will be 100 upon rho F upon this. So I just made that change and got this total charge in alloy. So if required, V, volume removed, is known and available current is known, that there is some limit to what, then we know the amount of time for machining, because these are the factors we already would know, because these are coming from the alloy itself. So the volume removed is also known, because that's what the geometric factor. The amount of current we have is known, so the time we will find out. So we know the machining time done, and it's a linear straight line between Q, that is the volume removed, versus current, because it's this is a constant. multiplied by the time. So let's take so let's stop over here. In the next video, I'll discuss about how I can find a general or equivalent density of an alloy. So that is a very important concept we need to understand. Thank you.